Good afternoon. It is Wednesday. It's 2-ish. I think I'm a little early. And this is Connie. I am live today showing you the close to my heart cut above layouts. Now, the plan was the honey bunny workshop kit. I was going to start cutting this apart and start creating the layouts and doing some fun things, making some of these layouts, but I'm going to hold off on that a little bit. Hi, Sally. I thought I did just get a lot of those orders in the mail to you, and so some of you might want to jump in and do yours. And, you know, it's just one of those things. I thought I'll wait a little bit. And then I was talking to Karen yesterday, and she asked me if I took advantage of the cut above sale that they had. And I sure did. As a matter of fact, I bought a couple of each of these. I won't need them all, but I wanted to buy some extras in case you guys feel like you missed out. And I even bought a couple of the bulk kits. There are 5 kits in this one, and I bought the bulk ones because I thought, wouldn't it be fun to do a class on these someday and be able to mail these out to everybody, and we just do them all together some Friday afternoon or something. So I bought a couple of these, and I bought a whole bunch of the individual ones. And so I was kind of looking through them. Hi, Heather. So I was kind of looking through these today, looking to see what I had and what I wanted to work on. And this is the one that caught my eye. There's something about the colors, and I don't know. I just wanted to work on this one. All of these are great. I got April, June, February, October. I got the bulk of the November. So I got a bunch of these. And yeah, I think it'll be fun. And especially, you know, after Close to My Heart closes, those things will be even more, you know, precious or whatever. But I think you should jump online, see what they have. They are still on sale and they're good value. And let me just show you what they are. I'm going to just pull the whole thing out. I don't have a total plan for this. I did a little tiny bit of prep, and that's it. Just as a general, because I like the colors of this kit. So what you get is like a layout sheet that shows you the finished layouts, how they should look, step by step, what you should put together. There's two 2-page layouts in each kit. So this is the one I thought I would work on today. And this is the other one in the kit. I'm not quite in the mood for autumn, although I gotta tell you, it's really easy to look at these and just like ignore some of the titles. If this isn't your thing, this Be Yourself, there's no one better. If you don't want to do that, you want to do your sports team or whatever, it's not too hard to create your own title and just leave that part out and do the rest of it yourself. So I was like, let's tweak this a little. So here's how they come. Normally what we would do, you know, is we would have a pattern paper, then we would have this charcoal paper, and then we would have another pattern paper. You can see like it's 2-sided there. And then we would make our mats, and we would make it all very dimensional. This is all very flat. It's all printed on one sheet. And you know, that's not my style. You know, my style is dimension. So it is going to take a little tweaking to make this something I want to put in my book that I'm really proud of, right? Anyway, so this is the layout that I'm looking at today, but I want to show you the other stuff. You get photo placeholders, so if you're at a crop or something, or you just have a few minutes and you just want to throw this together, you sure can. And then all you need is adhesive, and then your photos go on it. So on this particular one, this is a sticker sheet, and all of them have a number 1 or a number 2 next to them. And so I'm gonna work on layout number 1. So I'm just gonna pull those stickers off and put them in my pile. The rest of these are for layout number 2, that autumn set. And then these are the pieces that we're going to use today. So I'm just going to, these are the die cut pieces, and they just have a tendency to start popping out on their own, which is like kind of annoying, but I thought we can do this as we go. And then you also get a few photo mats and things like that. And usually on the back, it'll tell you if it's for layout number 1 or layout number 2. Let's see. I think these are all pretty much layout number 2. Let me grab my sheet. See, all these orange ones are for layout number 2. So this is the only one that goes on layout number 1. It goes right there. So I'm going to put that in my pile. So you can see, like, even layout number 2, look how kind of generic it looks, right? And it goes like this, technically. And then all of the photo mats build on it, the die cuts build on it, and you just create that layout, which is really great. And it's hard to see, but this is a pattern. I don't know, my light, not great. But there's a real pale pink polka dot pattern on there. And it's very subtle, but just imagine, like, you could do anything you wanted with this. You don't have to do their layout. You don't have to do their design. So I may pull this out and do my own thing at some point as well. I don't know. I'll think about it. And then you get page protectors, which are a hot commodity right now. Seems to be. So that's really it's kind of a good deal, because you're getting everything you need. You can add to it what you wish. You can make it as fussy as you want. If you're a brand new scrapbooker, never scrapbooked before, this is a great way to start. If you don't have time, you just want to do a bunch of simple layouts. I know people who are doing layouts for each child in their family, and sometimes these simple layouts are a godsend, because you can't afford to spend every minute making, 4 of the same pages, all super artsy. But I am not that person. I make almost every page kind of unique and special. So I'll show you what I'm going to do with this one. Or maybe you can help me decide, because I'm not totally sure. Anyway, I'm going to lay this out. I just want to give you the general sense of how this goes. So there's a title at the top, banner, little heart. There's a few little pieces here, camera, chevrons. And on the right side, there's a few little banner things at the top with a heart, another heart, journaling strips, and this little heart that says whatever forever. And I'm like, I don't know about that whatever forever thing. I don't know. I'm going to think about that. I'm going to put this off to the side for now. So the other thing that I just want to update you on some close to my heart stuff really quick before we get started. And that is, Monica came onto the maker page last night, and people had been kind of freaking out, and she basically said they have been able to reorder a lot of the inks and re-inkers and some of the product that has sold out because she wants to support it through April. But she said there's going to be a time when they're just simply not going to be able to, you know, keep reordering. It just wouldn't be here in time, and they're shutting down. So it's illogical. So she's like, you know, they're trying to bring things on website for availability as they get a lot. So they're not doing the trickle thing where you get like, oh, today we have mocha ink in stock. Okay, everybody run and get it and pay an outrageous amount for shipping. And it's not like that. So yesterday was one of those days where you might have seen that I had post after post of things are coming on right now. And you know, they sold out very, very quickly. I would say everything was gone within an hour, maybe two, I think an hour. And so I think that the key there is, if you want something, I am all over this website and I am watching it like a hawk. And I think that if you're dying for something at this point in the game, you need to let me know and I can buy it and you can pay me back or something like that, because it's going to be very hard for me. Even the people who I notified directly, only 2 of them were able to jump on the sale and get what they wanted. And the people who I was purchasing for we got it all. So because, you know, I notified everybody and then I jumped online and bought what I needed to buy. And you just have to be so fast. It's crazy. But it's just the nature of the business closing. There's not much we can do. I know Close to My Heart is working super hard to make sure that this is all as smooth as possible. But, you know, with all of us scrambling, it's just the way it is. It's going to be this way, I'm afraid, until the end. So if there is something you're dying for, please let me know. I can watch for it. And speaking of that, I have a 50% off item that is up for grabs. And I just decided to draw names for it because we're getting to the point where there's less and less available online. My 50% off is going to expire probably before I can use it on something big and grand. Like, I don't expect the bundles to be available anymore. I do not expect the really big high ticket things to be in stock. If you want a workshop, I think most of you got the workshops that you wanted. So I think at this point it's like, would you like a stamp set or something, you know, half price? So I'm drawing a name. This is the person, Christy. Okay, Christy, here's the deal. If you would like a 50% off item, it is yours. And you just have to pay for shipping. That's the big problem with this 50% off thing, is that when you have to pay, you know, $8.95 minimum shipping, you don't want to just, you know, the stamp sets and stuff almost aren't worth it. So I just, you know, look and see what there is, what you like, and maybe I can tack it on to another order. I know there's a couple of people who are like, I just need one thing. If you place another order, let me know. And I am going to be placing an order. So if you have something that you're really wanting, but you don't want to pay the shipping, and it's just one or 2 items, you will be, I don't mind paying the shipping to me, but you'll have to pay the shipping from me to you. That's the only thing. It's cheaper than Close to My Heart shipping though. Okay, how's that for confusing? All right, so these journaling strips, I don't tend to use them a lot. until I'm ready to put my photos on a page. So I won't just attach journaling strips ahead of time. I never know how much I'm gonna write. And I don't like this whatever forever, but I could use the other side of it. So I'm gonna put that out. I punched out all the die cuts for this page. Now, the way this works, I can just, hey Christy, did you hear? I just drew your name for a 50% off item. So if you would like it. If you want to pass, I totally get it. I totally get it. And I have no problem at all with you passing on it, and I'll just draw another name. So, okay. So here's my start. Don't you love these colors? These colors are awesome. This is Lagoon and Glacier and Honey Butter, Charcoal, Nectarine, and I think this is Mink, but I'm not sure. So what I did, you know, a lot of these aren't totally my style, right? Like I love how this whole thing looks. I really do like how this all looks. This goes here. I'm just laying it out how they have it so that I can tweak this however I want, right? Actually, I think I'm doing it exactly the way they have it so that you can see. They have down here at the bottom, hard to see, there's some little tabs down here, and then they have these little chevrons. I'm not so sure about that I'm going to use the chevrons. I have another little idea for these, but these would go right here. And basically there, we finished our layout, more or less. And then the stickers, we have a few stickers for, like, we have a giant camera, we have a few little hearts and things like that we can add. We can add those later. But basically my layout's done. Okay, that was that 5 minutes. We just have to attach. That's crazy, right? But I was like, oh, I want some dimension to this. I want this to look a little different. I don't mind the title, actually. The title doesn't bother me a bit, but I'm going to set it off to the side just for a minute. And I do like how this looks with the camera. Nice. I'm going to hold off on the chevron for a minute. Okay. So what I did was I've been playing with this decorative shapes, and I was like, okay, I could enhance it by adding more hearts. I don't really want to do hearts. We have plenty of banners on this page already. Don't need those. I could do flowers. I mean, just imagine how cool this would look with nectarine and the honey butter and the lagoon or glacier flowers, like in the corner, like bunched up. It would be really cool. But this is sort of masculine to me, just a little bit. And actually with what I've been doing lately, I've been looking through old stuff. And so I was kind of thinking, this is kind of retro. And these shapes right here remind me of like retro. And I was like, I think that's the direction I want to go, because I think I can do some of my childhood layouts on these papers and it'll look really good because they've got a little bit of a gray tone. They've softened them a little bit. I could do a bunch of circles, like, just imagine the circles, going down the page like bubbles. Cool. To me, this reminds me of like a sport team layout or something like that. But anyway, I took those shape dies that I really like and I cut out I didn't know what I was going to do, so I just cut out a whole bunch in all the colors that are in this layout. It's kind of like, I did a lot of the yellow and orange because that to me screams 70s, and that's when I was like growing up. And then I did the smaller ones as well. So I was like, okay, so we can kind of tweak this a little bit. So let me just make a little space. I think I'm just going to put this layout on top of this one for now, just so I'm just working with one page, and I want to make sure it's all in. I'm not sure where I'm going to put these tabs, but technically they have them below this gray section down here. Let me raise my camera up just a little. I feel like I'm struggling a little bit to get it all on the screen. Yeah, that works. It's just harder to see comments. The other thing I pulled out was, you know, I have all of these border dies that I bought, and I was like, it'd be nice to use some of these. Now, they didn't have them in any other colors that coordinate with this other than these three. So I'm like, all right, well, let's just see if any of these like look good. It doesn't really matter which one I pull out. Come on. As long as I can pull one out, they're all they all kind of stick together. And so here's the glacier on here, and it kind of gets lost. It's a nice color, it's a soft color, but I need something kind of bolder, I think. So I think the glacier is a no. Now, there's no reason I couldn't cut it down a little bit and use a smaller piece of it, but let's just see the other colors. The lagoon on the bold side is pretty bold for this layout because they've softened the lagoon on here with white. Sorry, my nails are not letting me pick anything up. All right, so I don't know how well you can see it, but there's little white specks all over it. It's almost like a distressed stripe. So the lagoon is like, whoa, it's pretty bold. I would have to add a lot of the bold, but I could flip it over and use, you know, the softer side. Like, I kind of like the film strip on here. That's kind of nice, right? It kind of goes. That's nice. Look at that. I could put that underneath the photos. That would look really good. Any of these in this color, I think would look nice. Let's try the yellow. So I think technically this is Sundance, but Sundance is, the bold side of Sundance has a brown color to it. It's almost orange. It looks really good on here, but the softer side matches the honey butter better, and I like how that looks. I think Sundance for the win. And I like this, I kind of like this pattern even. I don't know, if you see another pattern you think would work, shout it out. I'll try it. I think the hearts are a little much if I'm trying to go masculine. I have the honeycombs, which is kind of also retro, but I think it might fight with the other shapes I'm using. I could just use a scallop. That's kind of nice. That's a possibility. It might girlify it a little bit more than I want. And then I kind of like this one too. Notebook paper. I think this is the one I'm going to go for. But if you think of something that you like better, just shout it out. All right. So I think for this one, I'm either going to go all the way across like that, or I'm just going to go under the photos. I like the photo idea. Let me cut that and, okay. Yeah. I like that a lot. And it highlights the photos, right? And yeah, I could, you know, if I have this here, the lagoon would fight with it. All right, let's get out my die cuts and decide what I want to do here. I cut some big ones. They may be too big. I'm okay with not using them, but I just thought, well, maybe I should just do, I don't know, a couple of the bigger sized ones. I like the gray a lot too. Look at that. This color combo, it's great. Okay, and then I just want to make these kind of go down the page. And I don't have any, you know, anything in particular, any order or anything that I'm thinking, oh, it has to be a certain way. But the idea is to make it look like it's coming down. I might be able to cut that off a little bit even. I think I'll swap those. The reason I'm swapping is because there is a orange nectarine colored little flag that tucks in there. If I'm going to use it, which I don't know if I'll use it there, I may have to move it, but if I'm gonna use it, it would fight with the orange there. And then the yellow, I already have this border down here, so I didn't want them like side by side. So that's one thing that I was thinking of. And I don't care if it hangs over the side because I can just trim it, you know? That's actually pretty cool looking. I like how that looks. I don't know how you all feel about that. It might think it's too busy. I don't know. Anyway, so that's kind of what I was thinking about doing, something like that. And then I could even like forego that for a moment and do another little something down in this corner. I have the camera. Now, I'm going to put this on foam tape because then I can fiddle with it a little bit and move it around. And I want some dimension on this page anyway. So that way I can like lay it down. I have the click. I have the little arrow. And I might move that down just a little. Yeah, I like it. And then I could add another, you know, couple of these off to the side. I don't know which colors yet, but you know, it would be really easy to add a couple more over here. Yeah, okay. I think that's a good start to that side. I'm gonna set that aside for a minute. Now I have this side, and there's not as much space to play with because your photos take up so much of the space. And I like these, but I also think it would be really easy to replace them with something else, especially since my idea is to get rid of the hearts and do something, you know, bigger or bolder through here. So if I wanted to do something fun with those shapes over here, I like that idea. The reason I'm messing around with this on here is I could use this as a journaling block of some kind, but it would be kind of fun to put a stamped image or something or a stencil on top of here. I just think this is a cool design idea to tie in with my other page. So I think I'm gonna do that. The heart I can save for another thing. I could use, you know, I could put a banner across here with, I don't know, the date, certain words. I don't know. I can do whatever. Yeah, I could use that for different things. And what else do I have? I have this spaced on here. Now, what they used this for were the journaling strips. So they left space to journal down here like this. And it does take up the space. But if I use one of these to journal in or one of these to journal in, that's more my style, which leaves me a little bit of space down here to fiddle with. And so I could do something again with like that border. That's a possibility. You know, like, I don't know, I could put another border down here and that would tie the two pages together, or I could put them sideways, one there and one there. That's a possibility. I might do something like that. Because I kind of like the idea of tying that in. I kind of like that. So I'm just going to try this. I don't know whether I need more of these. It starts getting cluttery after a while, right? But I'm going to try messing around a little bit with these. I haven't really played very much with the shapes. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I do like that. I do like that. I like that a lot. And I think that once I put my photos in place, I put my photo mats away. Just a second. I'm just gonna grab these out of here for a minute, just so I have a little idea of how this is gonna look. But you know, like if I have a photo there, I could go ahead and have that overlap. That would be okay. Oh yeah, I like it. I think I may do that. I don't know. What do you think? Good? Bad? Eh? Too cluttered? Too much? Not enough? It's like, okay, I'm just gonna start putting these on because I like the idea of doing this. So these I'm going to use foam tape across the back, and I made the foam tape in a way that my picture will slide in and out. And then these I'm gonna make flat. Get out my glue. And so I'll put that there. This will be another taped one. What's everybody doing? Oh, good. Thanks, Heather. I need input. I'm always like messing around with these layouts, trying to decide what on earth I'm going to do to them because they're too flat for me. I need dimension a little. I don't need a lot, but I need something popped up. And normally I have different layers of papers that, like these are really nice. These layouts, but they are a little flat. Like what? I don't think you notice it when they're in a page protector, honestly. But scrambling to make Easter cards for JJ. Well, that's good because it sounds like she could use a few. Like I said, I didn't make very many. When I got back from Daisy Lane sale, I was so excited about finding those art impression window style stamps, and they were all in wood, like the wood style, so they were dirt cheap. I think I got I think that I got 5 or 6 of them, and I paid like $2 or $3. Do I want it this way? No, I'll put it like this. Okay. Anyway, so the cards that I sent her, you may have seen. I did like watercolor using our stamp pads. I just did it in a real quickie way. You know, one of the things that I really love to do is I really like to make a whole bunch of card bases. I'll get out 2 or 3 sheets of cardstock or paper, and I'll do all these card bases, and then I pick a stamp set out of my stash and just go crazy and make as many as I can. You know what I mean? So I feel like this almost needs popped up just because I need to put my photos on it. Let me look and see if I have my super skinny strips in here. I have all kinds of foam, but lately I'm just gonna cut that. Lately my drawer looks like, it looks ridiculous. It is so full of stuff. It's crazy. All right. I just don't want it to show on the loops. It may anyway. All right. Sticky, sticky. There we go. That way I can tuck my, you know, if my photo is pretty big, I won't have to worry about that being in the way. Yeah, I like that. Okay. All right, now I have to decide about up here. I kind of like these. I'm not sure about that. I like the color. I'm just not sure I need that. I'm gonna cut these shorter. I feel like these are a little long. And then So you remember them. Well, hey, just if you saw them and remember them, that makes me feel good. Because so many times, people make cards on there, and I look at them and I'm like, oh, those are cute, but I don't always remember them later. I like to copy, what other people do. And you were asking me about messages. I put that on foam so that, again, if I want to tuck my photo under there, I'm in good shape, right? I don't care if it overlaps a little, but I don't want it to be on top. Like, I don't want to have to place a photo on top of that. So, okay, there is pretty much the right-hand side of the page. I do think it could use some gems. I'm going to think about that a minute and how I would want my gems to look on there. But in the meantime, let me grab the other side and work on that a little bit. It feels a little busy over here, so I got to figure that out. I think I'm going to start with my title because I definitely know I like this title. Anyway, so for the messages inside the cards, I feel like it's super important, just myself, for people to get a special card from me to them, and not a card with just one of those messages on the inside so that they can reuse it. Now, I could see where if you're gonna give somebody a card and you want them, like they have it offset over here, I'm gonna move it. If you're going to give somebody birthday cards or something, I would rather make them a little gift pack of birthday cards, and they can keep it at their, at their nurse's station or their care station, and they can give it to people. They could have all the residents sign it or something. You know what I mean? I like that idea better than like having a card that they could reuse later. I don't know. That's just my own feeling on it. I like the idea of giving them a card that's just for them. Okay. Yeah, maybe I should do these in clusters instead of all the way down. I kind of like the gray. Ooh. What do you think? Is that okay? I'll start with this since I'm messing around. And I want that's the soft side. So this morning I have been starting to watch Anna Griffin's she has a website, and she started doing her own kind of like lives once a week or something. And Anna Griffin's style is so frilly and so crazy looking. Like I can't use her style very well, but I like making her cards, and I have a little bit of nostalgia, like using her cards. So I've been playing around a little bit with buying a few of her card kits just to play with, just to do something quick and easy. And I really like how those are turning out. And so I've started watching her channel, and she has this release right now that is it's a circus tent. And I'm like, why am I so drawn to the circus tent thing? Because I don't go to the circus. I don't have any photos of the circus, but the whole idea of it just kind of, I don't know, just kind of made me happy. And so I bought it. I splurged. So someday I will show you like what I am gonna do with those. I'll try to figure it out. It's just kind of a weird, I don't know. Some of her designs are weird. She's got shoes, like dress shoes and tennis shoes that are like giant die cuts that you put on a card front. I'm just like, why? I don't know what I'll do with them. But I'm somehow fascinated watching those for some reason. It's just a weird thing. Okay, yeah, I like that offset a little bit. Yeah, all right, I like that. Not sure about these yet. I'm thinking these may be better up here. We'll see. Maybe too much, maybe just too much, but I do like this. So I'm just gonna work on this a little bit. And what is your guys's draw? Life is a circus. See? I love the saying, like, not my circus, not my monkeys. Because when I was working a lot, I felt like as a charge nurse, I was always asked to take care of other people's problems for them. And I was good at it, but it's like, at some point, you kind of have to go, come on, it's too much. So I don't have to like cure all the problems in the world, right? So the idea of putting that is nice. I don't know. Little cluster on this side. Yes. Maybe. I do kind of like that. I think I'm liking this more than I thought I would. And I'm probably adding too many of these shapes, but I can't help myself. You know what they did in the album retreat that I thought was really, really cool? And maybe I'll show you real quick after I put these on. Because I just thought it was very clever. And so okay, I have that. I'm not sure about these yet. I'm gonna set those aside. It needs something there, but I don't know about that. So I'm just gonna flip this over and trim the excess off. And let's see. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I like it. So what they did during the album retreat that was really cool was they would take the other sizes and layer them on top, you know, like make these pop up so there would be dimension between them, you know. Isn't that neat? And they had a lot of them that were made out of pattern paper. So like if you had pattern paper, let's just say you didn't want to use all of this and you trimmed an inch off of each side or something to mat it onto a piece of cardstock. You could do that, right? You could use that pattern paper to cut some of these out, and that might be, you know, kind of a cool idea. But I love how they like layered. See, I just keep wanting to add more. Look at that. It's a sickness. It's hard to know when to stop on that. Is there any circuses left anymore? In Anna Griffin, absolutely, yes. As a matter of fact, they're on sale today, and they're, I want to say 25% off. And the other thing, thanks to Annette Schmidt, that I got is, there's a little die cut for a stand. It's like an easel that you cut out of paper, that you can put your cards on. It's a very cool looking little easel. I'll show you when I get it, or you can look online yourself. That's, you know, it's there. So yeah, I spent some money there today. Yeah, everything was on sale, but I couldn't help myself. I needed it. Wow. You know, I like how these are up here, and it does make me feel like I need them down here, at least a couple, but I don't know if it just makes this corner too much. It's a lot. It's a lot. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not sure how I feel about that. So, but I do like this layout a lot. And I feel like I do need something a little orange up here. So let me grab this. I'm gonna trim it. Yeah, I think I need it there. I'm gonna go ahead and trim it at an angle so it doesn't stick up quite so much. And I'm just gonna tuck that in there. I like it. It's nice. Cool. So I'm curious, I haven't heard anybody say anything about the club layouts yet. So I wondered what you thought of them, if you liked them. So sometimes you have to see them in person to get a good feel. Okay, so here's what I have left. I have an orange heart, little heart stickers, the little heart there, and the big heart, which I don't think I'm going to use. I have some flags. I have this little piece that I can do whatever with. And so, oh, and the chevrons. I have the chevrons. So there you go. Some ideas, anybody, of what I should do with that? I think I like the idea of putting a heart over here, like the flash of camera. So I'm gonna do that. And I like the idea of having something decorative in here. Oh, but that's nice. Yeah, I gotta put that up there. So let me grab one of my little squares. Nice. Yeah, I like that as a cluster. Nice, nice. I feel like I need to stamp something in here to put in here. Not sure yet. Haven't arrived. Well, it wouldn't surprise me if it hadn't arrived yet because it hasn't really been very long. I mean, I just put things in the mail like, what, Monday. So it's really only been 2 days. So it shouldn't be too long though. Okay. I think I have added enough to these and I will save these for later. I keep fiddling with them. And I think it's because I want that color in more places, but I think I can do that using the, using some gems. So the other thing that I had kind of thought I would do, since there was a camera here in the corner, I kind of thought this film strip would be really cute, like coming out of the camera, and I could, you know, like trim it down and just make it part of this cluster or whatever. But I don't think it needs it. I think it turned out just fine like that. Let me grab my gems. See what I like. Okay, I have the orange, which would look really cool. The honey butter, which I think might get lost. And I have, these are Journey. And I just want you to know, this Journey color of the gems is this vivid, beautiful blue. It is really not translating on camera at all. But they are gorgeous. If I put it next to Lagoon, you can kind of see what it does. And it does add some bling to the page. And you know, I think there are still some Journey gems available. So I'm just gonna kind of mess around with these a little bit and add them. And I like that they're not hearts, because honestly, it's not that I don't like hearts, it's that every layout I have does not need to have hearts and love all over it. I mean, I do have a few, right? But I don't want it covered in hearts. So I'm just putting a few here and there, just so. All right. I like the bling. I like to bling up these layouts a lot. If you have anything blue or orange or yellow, they would all look good. And so now the only other thing I'm going to do is I want to stamp some texture on these, and that might be a little weird because I did foam tape kind of strange, but I feel like they need something on them, but I don't know what. Haven't decided yet. Let me just look at my, since we're all just here together. I am looking through a lot of stamp sets like this doodly one that we had, where there's little different stars and pluses and the little chevrons. Oh, little arrows. That might be kind of neat. There's a little border. Yeah. I like the idea of these little tiny arrows right here, or the little sparkles. So these are the kind of stamp sets that I really like to pick up because of stuff like this. This is like one of those things. Let me grab some ink. Lagoon, nectarine, and I think I'm going to grab charcoal. This color palette is good. This color, the whole color palette is really nice. So, all right, let me see what I can do here. I just want to add, let me put this on a scratch paper just to make sure it looks okay. I'm not sure. Little chevron looking thing. And I just want to put it on a couple of these. And it would look good, you know, tone on tone or whatever. Okay. Are you all going, oh my God, too much, too much? I can't help myself. I like it. I like how that looks with a little bit of pattern on there. And so, yeah, it doesn't bother me. I like that. Just a little. Just a little. I could have done all tone on tone. I think that would have looked nice, but I'll do that over. I'll do something like that over here. It really does help to be right on top of this when you're stamping. Stamping from a distance like this, probably not, you know, the greatest idea, but, and I think I'm going to do just a little tiny right here. Okay, I think I'm done. What do you think? Do you like it? So maybe I overdid, but here's my layout, and then here's the close to my heart version. So yes, Sally, what I recommend honestly is look through the stamp sets. And you may find, you know, one that has like the chicks and stuff, but there'll be a heart. There'll be a couple little tiny images along with it. And those little tiny images like that are the ones that work really well when your layout just needs a little something. And you can use them for a lot of different things. I mean, this one is well loved. I've used it quite a lot. But I mean, even if you just wanted to random stamp in here, you could use this like little X and do X's all the way across. I mean, it will look like, you know, it would look like stitching. It would look really cool. I'll show you. I don't feel like I'm going to ruin my layout by doing this, right? So this is just a little X, and you know, I have my scratch paper and you just go across like this. And it's just really cool. Looks like stitching out. The reason I did it on scratch paper, I wanted to see which way I like the X better, because it's a little wonky, so you got to decide like which direction you like it. And then you could also use your white gel pen and, you know, add a little something. Ew, that's cool. I like how that looks too. Can you see it? There, you can see it. It just looks, it looks kind of neat. I could go all the way across, or I can just leave it the way it is. I feel like if I do it in one place, I need to do it in another, just so it isn't just some random thing in one weird place, right? Yeah, this is good. I'm gonna do it over here too. Am I in camera? Nothing like taking a super 5-minute layout and making it into an hour-long layout though, right? But it is really, I don't know, I really like adding my stamps to my pages. And I love the idea of, you know, adding what I own in my stash, using it. Look at that. Yeah, keep them together. I have all of my stamp sets that are like this in a drawer right next to where I work. So these are just so weird and random. I have like 5 or 6 of these kinds of sets, and I just have them where I can flip through because they're all so weird. What else would you store that with, you know? Anyway, so here is the layout as is with the die cuts and stickers that they provide. 5 minutes, put your pictures on, you've got a great layout. And here's the one where I added a whole bunch of stuff to it. So I hope you like it. I think my cousin is coming to visit on Friday. So I have to figure out what time I will be gone. I'm supposed to meet her after, like early-ish, around the time I usually go live. So I'll probably go on Friday afternoon, and I'll start the Honey Bunny workshop because I'm dying to do it, and I just haven't had the opportunity to pull it out and play yet. All right, so here's the finished one. If you love this, look online. Whatever forever. I don't get that. I think that's beyond me. Go online, look and see if they have any cut above kits. They're a really good deal. And know that I did buy some extras. If there's like this one, I know I have one more of these. If you love it and it's not available online anymore, let me know and I'll figure out how much I paid for it and sell it to you. But ideally, you know, you buy it online so you can get your VIP credit. And Christy, don't forget to message me with what you would like for your 50% off item. All right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you very much. Bye-bye.